Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Capricorns here. My guides, talk to me. I hope you're all doing fantastic, my friends. What's going on with Cappy, please? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which I always find interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got for Capricorn, please? Nice and quick. Okay, so we do have this fruitful, abundant mental type of energy, which is good. Could be very creative. You could be having a lot of really good ideas. And we'll talk about it. We're going to have to peel back the layers. There's a lot of symbolism there. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right in its third eye, it could use some enlightenment. You know, I'd appreciate you greatly. But let's get into the reading. Enough of the plugs. If you look at the imagery of this card, the first thing that really pops out is we have this lovely lady sitting there. She has that tree blossoming out of her head, and it's bearing fruit. Now, yeah, that could be seen as a disturbing image with someone growing a damn tree out of their head. But to me, the symbolic gesture here is that someone is having really great ideas. Their thoughts are bearing fruit. So you could be very creative in this time. Your mind could be very active. So this is good. If you're having good ideas, jot them down, keep them for the future. There's also books, so there are little ties to learning new things, communication. So we want to see if these themes and archetypes carry through the reading itself, specifically if we get a lot of page energy. But I do like that. There are those undertones to communication. Now let's get into tarot. Enough of that. And yeah, we're going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we intuitively clarify. Let's shuffle it up one time for the lovely Cappies, please. We're using the Vice Versa Tarot. It's a sassy deck. I've been having fun with it. Going on for Capricorn. So last week's reading was titled A Huge Blessing. So hopefully that's a blessing that dropped in your lap, or even if it's counting the blessings that you have in your current life. Even the week before it was pretty positive, which is interesting to me because a lot of the signs, ever since I started using this deck, they've been getting scolded by the deck. So let's see what we have for you this week. We're going to hope for the positivity to continue for you. As you know, every reading's a little different. Only take it how it hits for you. Nothing's ever set in stone, okay? Because this could be the energy of other people as well. So what's going on? Ones that you're connected to. Okay, so the communication ties are showing up front and center, or this could be a big card of action. We have the 8 of Wands in position number 1. So let's place that right there next to that chunk of amethyst and keep it moving. What do we got? Let's get 2 more out here. Fiery, action-oriented, totally different type of energy right in the center. We have the 7 of Pentacles because that's patience. So for some of you, this could be a very much stop-go type of energy. We'll talk about it, though. Lots of archetypes here. Let's get one more. What do we got for Capricorn, please? Early September. Thank you. Ace of Cups. So this is going to be an intriguing one, Capricorn, because we have a lot of different elements popping right here. So we're going to have to discern what they could all be about. A lot of different themes could be affecting you in this time, but let's speak about it. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get those juicy intuitive messages. So position number 1, we have the 8 of Wands. Like I alluded to a little earlier, it could be talks, communications, messages, the importance of communication with this card. It is one of the fastest moving cards in the whole entire tarot deck. It is a card of speed. It is a card of action, super fiery. Okay, usually it's depicting 8 arrows cutting through the sky. So this could be something coming at you real fast. Maybe you're revving up your engines. But for some of you, it could be a talk. When we clarify it, that'll really tell the tale. So it's an interesting card. I usually like seeing it. But moving to the center, we do have a neutral card at play. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Now, this could be seen as a big card of patience. It is also one of the biggest cards of karma. You see this individual, he doesn't look too happy, right? But once again, this is neutral. When I see this card, I do think of a connection to nature. So like gardening, hiking, things like that. Maybe some of you are embracing a connection to nature, or you need that in your life. Your patience could be being tested, or you might need to wait. This could be somebody in a waiting pattern as well. But when I see this card, I think you reap what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So this could be speaking about karmic situations, karmic cycles. We'll just have to see what it's about. But once again, it's not a movable type of card. So when we're coming off one of the fastest cards into that, it could be something stopping suddenly. It could be stop, go, stop, go. So your patience might be tested here in some way. Now, moving to the very back end of the spread, we have the Ace of Cups, usually a very positive card. Now, all aces represent opportunities. This one is pretty in-depth. It could represent your emotional state, my simplistic style of reading, like how you might be feeling, how someone you're connected to might be feeling as well. This card can also represent romance, love situations, creativity. It's a card of emotional fulfillment. Okay, so something could be coming in that's going to make you feel much better emotionally or even keeled, depending on what clarifies it. Because we have a lot of things here, and all tarot cards are dualistic in nature. For some of you, it could just be a romantic or emotional situation at play that's showing a place of prominence here. But I want to dive deeper on all of the Capricorn. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Capricorn collective, my gods. Let's see what's going on for my friends. What's going on for Cappy, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this Eight of Wands. And as always, if you know how to read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you have any messages that you want to give to Capricorn off this spread, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. All right, Eight of Wands time. Enough of that. What's going on? Why is the Eight of Wands here for Capricorn? Thank you. Queen of Wands, good. All right, yeah. Intuitively, now, for some of you who don't really know what intuitive reading is, sometimes it's reading messages a little differently than what they classically mean, like I just explained. But to me, this is somebody either trying to build up the courage to say something, build up the courage to deliver some sort of news. For some of you, this is it's very fiery with the Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands, okay? Now, aside from that, someone building up the courage to say something, speak out, say like, hey, I want to talk to you about this. It could be some sort of fiery talk, fiery back and forth. I don't want to say volatile, but there could be some important or serious talks at play, especially when we have royalty here as well with the Queen of Wands. Now, yeah, if you're not linked to a fire sign, yeah, I mean, I really don't see you biting your tongue with this type of card. It's like, no, I'm going to say what needs to be said. I'm going to talk about what needs to be talked about, okay? Like whatever, good, bad, or indifferent. Now, we're going to see how the rest of this plays out, but when I see the Eight of Wands with the Queen of Wands, that's just how it feels to me. Either somebody building up the confidence or somebody who's like, yeah, you know, I don't care what this person thinks. We're going to talk about this. Or, like I said, it could be an important or serious topic conversation that's coming in, so watch out for that. I know I was just going at a lot of different things here. Only take what hits. But let's see what's going on with that Seven of Pentacles. I don't want to overcomplicate the message. I do like it, though. It's a different vibe than I've been seeing for you the last few weeks. So why is the Seven of Pentacles here? And yeah, like I said, for some of you, it's someone building up the confidence to speak to you. We have the Nine of Swords in the upright here underneath this Seven of Pentacles. Nervous, completely different energy. So if this is two different people, this is somebody nervous to talk about something like, can we postpone this? Can we talk about it later? Do we have to talk about it right now? So for a portion of you, this could be somebody flip-flopping between that confidence and that little bit of pessimism, like, no, we're going to talk about this. Maybe not right now, maybe later. It's really interesting. Now, this could be somebody like really trying to get their nerves right, okay, with the Nine of Swords underneath the Seven of Pentacles, trying to calm things down. Like, listen, I'm on edge, I'm anxious, I'm nervous. So you might be dealing with somebody who's very much high-strung in this time or nervous about something. But I get somebody wanting to talk about a topic, somebody like trying to postpone or delay it. So beware of that. Okay, whether that is all within yourself, whether it's you going back and forth, or this is two separate people, okay? Someone open to the communication, somebody who's delaying it, okay? And like I said, it could be of a serious topic. I completely get it either way. Now, for some of you, and I'll just give this other little sub-message with the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, like this is somebody nervous about the things that they've done, nervous about what their karmic debts might be. That's only for a portion of you. Like somebody who knows they haven't been the kindest, they haven't been the nicest, and they've incurred some sort of karmic debt, karmic retribution, karmic must be paid. So we're going to go in on that Ace of Cups. I don't feel like that's the main message for everyone, but that could absolutely be it. Sleep issues with the Nine of Swords, so make sure you're getting proper rest. Let's keep moving. Let's see what that Ace of Cups is about. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Remember, this is a lot of different stuff going on. Only take it how it applies to you. All right, we do have another karmic card. We have Lady Justice showing up in reverse. So we do have big karmic themes showing up on the back end of this spread. Now, with the vice versa tarot, if you're not familiar, instead of like upright and reverse, we have the front, we have the back. The back represents the reverse, and she is not showing her face. This could be somebody that is like trying to avoid paying the karmic debt or pay the piper. That's just how this feels. Now, for some of you, you might be having issues with a Libra. That's only for some of you. But when I see Lady Justice in reverse underneath this Ace of Cups, it's somebody trying to avoid paying their dues, paying their debts, so to speak. Like, nah, I'll skip this part and I'm going to go right to the prosperity or whatever it might be. But I get the vibe of somebody trying to like skip out on something. All right, take from that what you will, Capricorn. It's an interesting vibe here. Not saying it's you, but it's a vibe here that somebody's trying to like skirt the process or skip over something. That's the vibe I'm catching here. So make sure you don't do that, especially if it's somebody that like karma is going to strike against, because with the two strong karmic cards, and it could talk about cycles as well. For some of you, this is a secondary message. Whatever cycle of life that you have gone through or are recently going through, it could have been a tough one with the Ace of Cups in this. Okay, this could be romantic attachments that are tied to karmic lessons and situations. So let's go through real quick, then I'll give you a shadow card. In position number one, we had the Eight of Wands with the Queen of Wands in the upright. And like I said, it felt like somebody trying to get up the courage to have a talk, an important or serious one. Like, listen, we need to hash this out. We need to talk about this, whatever it might be. You just apply it to your life. For another portion of you, that could just be the mode you're in. Like, listen, I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm not afraid to speak my truth to anybody. That's the vibe we're getting here. That might just be how you carry yourself. But when we get to the center, we have a completely different energy. So whether it's you flip-flopping in the way you're feeling about something, like you want to talk about it, then you want to postpone it. Want to talk about, no, let's do it later. It's like one of those vibes. But it could be two people in completely separate modes, right? Postponing, and I'm getting that big vibe as we get to the back end here that there could be somebody trying to skip out on a karmic debt, or this in the middle, it could be someone who's very nervous and anxious about the things that they've done, because right here on the back end, we have the Ace of Cups with Lady Justice in reverse. If you're not having issues with a Libra, this is somebody trying to skirt the process. Okay, trying to not pay some sort of karmic debt. And hopefully that's not any of you that have been through a rough cycle recently, but that could be it. We're going to get into the shadow card though. Please, if you're feeling anything off this, look into it further. You could take a screenshot of the spread. It's an interesting one. So what do we got here for the Capricorns, please? Let's see what's going on. Just one shadow card to cap us off, okay? Let's see what's in the shadows for Capricorn. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we do have the King of Pentacles. That's a card that could represent you or another earth sign here showing up in the shadows. Now, the King of Pentacles could also represent father figures. A lot of you might have scars in regards to a father figure or an earth sign when this card shows up in the shadows. But since it is one of the cards that can represent Capricorn, when I see it in the shadow side, it is a card that could speak about your self-worth or how you view yourself, self-confidence. We did have a self-confidence card in the spread as well. So make sure in this time, like, you're really not suffering from self-confidence issues. Like, you don't let anybody walk all over you. Don't walk over yourself either. Like, feel good about yourself. Look at the positives that you bring to the table in regards to any situation you're going through. This can also be a warning about overindulgences of any kind, okay? Especially that of the material world. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, wonderful Vice Versa Tarot. This is the deck that I'm using in all the readings for September. So if you'd like to get your name in, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite use for tarot? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month going into October, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.